So guys and girls, here is our next stink bomb car. It's a 2013 Vauxhall Corsa, and it's actually a van. I mean, tiny wee van, but it is actually a van. They basically they take the back windows out of these, replace them with a bit of metal, take the back seat out, put a sort of bit of plastic in, and they call it a van. It's basically like a tax dodge thing, because you can't really get much in the back of them, but they're alright, I suppose. Just look at it, it is absolutely grim in here, so it is. It's been neglected beyond belief. I don't know where, I don't even know if it's ever been cleaned. I mean, just look down there. The other side's even worse, and the seats, well, they are pretty grim. If you just look down here, there's mouldy food, there's dog hair, there's just, this thing has got it all. Look at the dashboard on it. We've actually had some parts of the dashboard replaced. Apparently there was some of them broken or something like that. The local guy that bought it, that's just got it, he's brought it in to be cleaned. And basically the story is, he's bought it. I don't know if he got it from the insurance or something like that. I'm not actually sure, but I know the car was involved in some sort of police incident. I think the person that owned it prior to this got in some sort of trouble with the police for something, I don't actually know what, and the police ran him off the road apparently. So I don't know what happened, but that's the sort of story of the car. It got ran off the road, so it's had a bit of repair here. As you can tell, it's got some body shop dust all round there, but we'll need to clean likes it in all these edges and stuff. We'll try and save these mats, because these are the original Vauxhall rubber mats. But everything else, I mean the seats and everything, will need to come out of it. In the back, well, look at that wheel, in fact. Look at the state of that wheel. That's never seen I don't think that's ever seen a bit of soap by the looks of things. In the back isn't any better. Just look at it, it's grim in here. There's a bit of tarpaulin. I mean, don't know what that's been used for. It could have been used to wrap bodies in, I just don't know. But apart from that, I mean, it's dirtier than a stag do in Amsterdam in there. It's absolutely revolting. Let's just sort of crack on with it, get the seats out, get it washed, get the seats out, and try and get this little van looking a little bit better. We'll need to polish all the outside. Typical black car that's been neglected, cover it in little sort of scratches and stuff, but let's just crack on with it and see how good we can get it.
Feeling in my bones, I can feel it in my veins. Hands in the sky, I can feel the winds of change. You live and you learn, and I hope I've seen enough to make something right and make up for what I've lost. I was down, but things are looking up. I wanna get high on you, caught by surprise by you. Want you to make my heart feel as much as I know it should. I wanna get high on you, caught by surprise by you. Want you to make my heart feel as much as I know it should. Things turn around, didn't ever think they could. I'm done with the bad, I need a little bit of good. Settle in the world, like everything is new. Stepped on a path, gotta let me straight to you. want you to make my heart feel as much as I know it should. I wanna get high on you, caught by surprise.
Right, so let's get these seats out. What we got? A lot of T50 Torxes to me, so get the T50 Torx out and get them out. Fooled you, didn't I? That was me. So if any of you have ever taken the seats out your sort of Vauxhall, they've got this weird sort of clip, and it looks like you would pull this red thing up and then it would just pull off, but it doesn't. You have to actually clip this out, this little red bit, and then there's a bit here you slide out and that releases them. So you just slide that out like that, and then that should just come off. So you can actually see there's pins here, 4 pins, and they sort of slide into these bits, and that's how you get them off. Bit fiddly if you don't know how though, definitely. So guys and girls, that's what's under the seats. We've got some antibacterial surface wipes that have obviously been, well, not very effective, to be honest with you. Just loads of like smoking sort of paraphernalia and all the rest of it. I mean, just you can get a better look at this now. It's just grim, that. Look at it, horrible, just vile. Anyway, let's get it cleaned.
Don't mind the way I won't play, don't like the game, 'cause I will stay and I will wait for you. 'Cause I will stay and I will wait for you.
So I've vacuumed it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to brush it with a brush, and that will just loosen up all the sort of little bits of crumb and crap that's sort of stuck in the pile of the carpet, and then it's just a case of getting the carpets a right good clean. Well, after we've cleaned everything else obviously. Anyway, let's give it a brush out. You'll see all this sort of stuff coming out of it. Well, I think you will. Cotton bud. Yeah, we'll just soak that up, I think, with the hoover. We will not be touching that. What's it? So we'll get rid of this body bag and then you can get the back cleaned out. Loads of dodgy looking white powder in there. It's like Daniela Westbrook's wet dream, that.
I would do anything just to get you back again. I would do anything at all. I know I'm not innocent, you deserve a better man, but let me just hold your hand once more. Ooh, 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 I wanna take you out. Ooh, 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 show you what I'm all about. Ooh, 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 make up for what we know.
There we go. Loads of good change there for the charity tin. The last charity tin we had actually filled up, so we're on to one of these wee money tins now. So once that's full, we'll take it up to the sort of charity place and we'll hand it in and maybe help somebody out, I suppose. It's just all change that I get out of sort of cars like this that I'm told to just throw everything away. So, but when there's a few quid's worth of coins in it, there's no point throwing it away. Somebody else can benefit out of it, do you know what I mean? So we'll just throw all that in there and then start cleaning up. Bit of what looks like a joint there as well for somebody. We'll just soak that up with the hoover. We'll take the coins, we'll leave the joint. Let's get on with it.
There's a new part of me, a part I want you to see. You haven't seen the best of me, I know. You can try to fool yourself, like you love somebody else, but you and him will never feel the way we do. Ooh, 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 I wanna take you out. Ooh, 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 show you what I'm all about. Ooh, 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 make up for what we lost.
Dodgy air fresheners as well.
I don't care about what has been, I only care about your soft skin, cause we're still sleeping in my head. I don't care about you and him, I don't care about what has been, I only care about your soft skin, cause we're still sleeping in my head.
That's it. Hit it.
I wasted all my time, I wasted all my nights, I wasted it on someone who's indifferent. He didn't love me right, he told me I was blind, but I never really wanted to listen. You have been here since day one, see my ups and downs, never left my side once, yeah you stuck around. Who knew it was you? You have been here all along, you have always been the one. Yeah, who knew it was you? You have always been the one that
So we're kind of getting near the end of this job now. We've done the inside, we've done the carpets, we've cleaned the seats. The majority of the work on this van, as is quite often the case with works vans, has been on the inside. Now, I wanted to talk to you about something that's it's the law of diminishing returns really. The more that you put into a car, right, the big stuff like the seats and the carpets, and if you're polishing and stuff like that, they take time. But it's the last sort of 10% that takes the most time. Things like doing round all these edges on this one. This has been in at the body shop and had some work on this rear quarter. So there's some body shop sort of dust and residue in there. So that'll need sort of picked out with a towel and stuff, or a microfiber and stuff like that. If you're doing the inside, it's cleaning the vents and doing, like, if you're doing under the seats in a car, if the seats are still in the car and you're trying to get round doing all the edges and stuff like that, that all takes time. If you're emptying an ashtray, if it's a smoker's car, you're emptying the ashtray out, you don't just empty it, you then have to go and clean the ashtray. In the door pockets, you don't just vac the door pockets out, you have to clean them and just getting right into all those edges. It's all those little sort of pernickety little bits that add up, and they take just as long as the big jobs. If you're polishing a car or hand waxing it or whatever, you can do quite a big distance in quite a short amount of time, really. But all these little things like picking dirt out of gaps and stuff like that, it's tedious work, but they all add up to make a big difference, so you need to make sure it's done. So the next time you get a quote to get your car properly valeted, or if you're getting somebody to detail it, that's where the money's going. It's going in all those little tedious jobs, picking stuff out, polishing little scratches out that a lot of people wouldn't care about, cleaning in the vents, doing round the glass in the wing mirror, all those little areas that take time that people often overlook when they're doing it themselves. So just bear that in mind the next time you're getting your car cleaned, guys and girls, that there's a lot more work goes into it than what you would think.
Leaving this place, the sun's about to break. You're riding shotgun. The feeling we chase, I'm wide awake. Take me away now. 'Cause I won't go down the same old path again now. No, I've been running out of air, so let me catch my breath. Feeling I've got's making me crazy. If I'm having a good time, don't you blame me. Yeah, this feeling I've got's making me crazy, making me crazy. So I'm just gonna drive. I'm just gonna drive. I'm just gonna drive.
Well, guys and girls, there's another one done, and I'm quite happy with this one because it was, well, you seen it, didn't you? It was a right rough thing when it first came in. I mean, let's have a wee look at what it was like when it came in, just remind ourselves. So as you can see, it was really quite bad, wasn't it? It was just inside, up the sides of the seats, everything was just covered in filth. But we've got it looking It's looking really good actually. Funnily enough, somebody came in when I first started cleaning it for a quote, and they had a wee look at it and they laughed, and he says, "What are you going to do with that, mate? You can't make diamonds out of dog muck," or something along those lines. And I think if he came back in now, he'd be quite happy, he'd be quite surprised at just how nice it's came up. The interior's nice and fresh, the seats have cleaned up well. They took a good pressure wash, mind you, but I mean it was drastic measures, but they've came up clean. The carpets were mint because of those rubber mats, had done a great job of protecting the carpets, but in the back especially, it's much better. So you could quite happily use this to just drive about, do your day-to-day, run your errands and whatever, and I'm pretty sure the guy that owns it will be well happy with that. So apart from that, what is there left to do apart from a wee question? So I couldn't actually think of a question to ask you. Well, I could, but no one that I had already asked you already. So I thought, let's have a wee change. Why don't you guys ask me a question in the comments, and I'll try and answer as many of them as I can. Try and ask me something that is different for all the other ones though. Try and ask, if you ask a question that nobody else has asked, I'll try and answer that as well. Hit me whatever you think, or if you've got any comments or anything or something you think I could do better, let me know. I'm always open to new ideas, new opinions, and I'm grateful to every one of you for watching. If you've enjoyed the video, or even if you haven't, please subscribe and click like, and I'll see you in the next one. Catch you later, guys and girls. Bye.